What is up? I hope each and every one of you had a wonderful day, and I hope your tomorrow is even better. Now, everyone knows I'm super stoked about Update 8 and the fact that it will finally be bringing in logistics and transport trucks. Transportation around the map, I believe, will change the meta for the good and make it that much more a milsim. But not only are we getting logistical and transport trucks, but it seems that Black Matter is going to be doing an entire sound effects overhaul, if you will. Now, I may be wrong, but from what I read, it seems they're focusing on the explosion system. Like, at further range, we'll be able to hear hand grenades and different types of explosions. And not only the sound effects, but the visual effects they will be changing for the explosions. So, this update is super exciting. We're going to get into everything about the update and more. That's right. There's a lot of unused graphical assets on like vehicles and stuff like that I'm going to delve into after we talk about Update 8. So, if you want to be a complete nerd like me and look at the soon to come half tracks and Willys Jeeps and Opel Blitzes and Kuba Wagons and all the different variants and stuff like that, do stick around because we're going to get into all of that.
No technical, boy.
You ass. Update 8 will be bringing explosion sound effects and visual effects, vehicle weapon sound effects, stationary gun sound effects, and ricochet sound effects. But for this here video, in this most recent Dev Brief 99, I'm going to be reading from what lead developer Max said, and he's only focusing really on the sound effects of the explosions here. We've gone back to the drawing board on the way we build our explosive sounds, from both a sound and visual perspective. We'll tackle the visual side in a later brief. Drawing inspiration from different games, real-world footage, and film, we have applied our own spin to the sounds whilst maintaining a realistic aesthetic. These will seem louder and more fierce than previous. We have taken a similar approach when creating the new explosion sound effects as we did to our weapon audio. This method consists of using multiple layers that are mixed and automated individually in the game engine, allowing us to have a plethora of explosion variations without taking up too much storage space. We can pick and choose assets from the categories small, medium, and large, allowing us to mix and match sound layers depending on the type of explosive ordnance, whether it be an MK2 grenade, an 88mm shell, or a satchel charge. The explosion audio uses our custom audio volumes that control the environmental layer of the sound, meaning in time we will have interior reflections represented. We use a volume ducking feature to reduce certain sound groups when an explosion takes place. This method better highlights the explosion whilst maintaining its original volume to help it stand out within the whole audio mix. The soundscape should seem far more dynamic in Update 8 due to the fact we have extended the presence of explosions over a larger distance. Ugh, so beautiful. Watch at the end of the explosion how the debris rains down. I love it. I like it. I like it a lot. Also, I should note that the developers said that this Hurtgen map is an older map. This isn't representative of what the new Hurtgen would be. Thought I'd put that out there. Check out this distant airstrike. It sounds so beautiful too. It really does. And then, of course, one a little closer. Pretty awesome. But now on to grenades. It seems like the visual and audio is much more realistic, which is a little less of an explosion, but way more realistic. Alright, so if you are new to the channel, then you haven't already heard me say how much I think these transport and logistical trucks are going to change the meta of the game for the better. It's going to make Hell Let Loose that much more a milsim. I really do think so. Now, we're going to take a good hard look at some of these trucks that are coming into the game, and not only that, but some of these other graphical assets that have been posted by the developers and have not quite yet made it to the game. You'll see. We're going to look at some half-tracks, some Jeeps, Kuba Wagons, and even a variant of a tank or two that we haven't quite seen before. Alright, well, first up is this here GMC Transport Truck. I don't know if it'll be used for the American's logistical truck also. I'm not sure. But now we're going to take a look at the Opel Blitz, the workhorse for transportation in the Wehrmacht. Again, I'm not really sure if this is just going to be strictly a transport or if it'll also couple as a logistical truck. Not quite sure. There's also a camouflage variant, as you can see. And here we have the American half-track. Now, somebody brought up in the comments of my last video about this update and was speculating whether or not they could be able to put their MG up into the frame there. As cool as that would be, we just don't know whether it's going to be a squad weapon or a stationary MG already mounted. Now, is it just me, or does it seem like every equivalent of the German stuff is just better, just sexier? I don't know. I love this camo half-track. It looks cool. Or excuse me, the SDKFZ251. Here we have the Willys Jeep. I believe it was Eisenhower that once said, the Jeep and the bulldozer is what won the war. The bulldozer to blow over the hedges that they kept getting ambushed from, and Jeeps, of course, for just random logistical stuff, getting stuff around the battlefield, ammo, information, etc. And then we have the Kuba Wagon. Probably the only German equivalent that isn't as good looking as its American counterpart. I don't know, something about that Jeep. Sexy. And it runs good. It's a beautiful, beautiful machine. Probably the only category the Americans win out. Now this next one I don't know too much about. It's called the Priest, and it's what looks like a shitbox or small transport with a big ass gun on it. So if you know more about this Priest, please tell me so in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And then we have what seems to be the German equivalent, or the same class of vehicle at least. It's called the Hummel. I again don't know anything about it. So if you do know something about this, please let me know in the comments. I believe it's a troop carrier, I'm not sure. And last but not least, what looks like some kind of variant of the Sherman Firefly. It's got some kind of camouflage netting going on. I just thought it looked really cool and a great way to end a video. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at these graphical assets with me as much as I did. I cannot wait to see the future of Hell Let Loose. Please drop a comment if you're into this kind of stuff, milsims, tactical gaming. Please like and subscribe. Come through to the Boogie 5 Gaming Etc. Discord. It's linked below in the bio. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Be good to each other. Peace.